What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Physical Media Live tonight. That's what we call this, right? Physical Media tonight. I'm here. This is a pre-Halloween bash, if you want to call it that. I figured it was the night before Halloween. I need to maybe Halloween theme it up a little bit. I'm not wearing a costume or anything like that. I do have my Halloween 2 shirt though on from I think I got this at Walmart. Walmart's got like tons of Halloween 2 shirts. I've got the other one with just the face on it, which is fine by me. I love Halloween 2. It's my favorite Halloween. So yeah, what's up everybody? What have you been doing? What have you been watching the past few days over the weekend? Let me know all that in the comment section. I'm gonna be look guys, tonight I'm going to be talking about the top 10 horror 4Ks, definitively the top 10 horror 4Ks. There are no horror 4Ks that are better than these on my list. And then we're going to talk about, just have a discussion. Well, I'm sorry, guys, I got something in my throat. About some horror 4Ks that need to happen. Like what is left? Like what is actually left for horror? Because let's face it, like the genre of horror is probably the most served genre, other than maybe kung fu movies. As far as like physical media releases, there's still a lot that we need, but I think more so than any other genre, it's the most served. And I think that honestly, like a lot of the heavy hitters do have definitive like 4K editions now. So I want to talk about what's left for the genre on physical media. What do we need on 4K? What do we need on Blu-ray? Maybe nice box sets for, nice editions for. Um, we'll talk about that a little bit later. If you guys want to sound off, like what's a movie that is like your dream release, as far as a horror film to come out on 4K, from what studio, from what label, you can go ahead and sound off in the chat. If there's any that comes to mind for you, outside the obvious ones, there's some obvious ones like The Fly, The Omen. What's some ones that maybe are a little bit off the beaten path that you really want to see come to 4K as far as a horror movie? Let me know that in the chat. All right, let's go. Let's get it. This is the Kevin Kruger show. We've got to get through the 10 Kevin Kruger questions before we get to anybody else in the chat. It's a weekly tradition, guys. Come on. Kevin says, "What is your top 5 Christmas movies you want on 4K?" Damn it, Kevin. Well, I'm getting one of them this year. White Christmas is definitely one, but Home Alone 2, Jingle All the Way. Let's throw in Prancer. How about some Prancer on 4K? Ernest Saves Christmas. And damn it. I feel like there's a big one I'm not thinking of. I feel like there's a massive, because we got a lot. We got a lot. I feel like there's a massive one I'm not thinking of. I mean, a couple of years ago, we got like A Christmas Story. We got Christmas Vacation. We got like some of the best ones. Elf. Let me say, damn it. Oh, the Santa Claus. The Santa Claus. That's the Tim Allen's The Santa Claus. Do you think Texas Chainsaw 2003? Yeah, I do. I think it's either going to be Arrow or Scream Factory. Maybe Arrow just because of the director and he just worked with him on Friday the 13th. I don't watch football, Kevin. I'm sorry, guys. What's the last video game you bought? I don't even know the last movie I bought. Was it? Well, I just did my haul video today. It was Signs, The Sixth Sense. I feel like I got Zodiac. Zodiac's supposed to be coming in sometime soon, so I guess maybe that. But actually, like bought, like spent money on, didn't just pre-order or did pre-order. The last movie I pre-ordered was Trick or Treat, and it's supposedly on its way from Synops. All-time favorite wrestler, probably Shawn Michaels. Probably Shawn Michaels. No, I do not. No, I do not, Kevin. No, I do not. Matt Damon or Brad Pitt. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. I'll say Matt Damon. I think Matt Damon at his best can beat Brad Pitt at his best as far as like acting, like legitimate acting. So we'll say Matt Damon. Um, I mean, I like more Kubrick films, so I would say Kubrick, but I mean as far as like on a technical level, they're pretty much neck and neck. You know, Nolan could probably be considered the modern day Kubrick. Um, and he's a little bit more prolific, I think. Like I think Nolan by now has directed more films than Stanley Kubrick, unless you want to count Kubrick's like I think Nolan's done like 14 or 15. So even if you count like Kubrick's shorter, like hour-long films, I think Nolan still got Kubrick on movies. But that doesn't necessarily make him like a better director. For me, my favorite of the two is probably Kubrick because he's got Full Metal Jacket, he's got Clockwork Orange, he's got The Shining, freaking Paths of Glory. Like some of my favorite movies of all time are from Kubrick. Um, and Nolan, like I only maybe love Oppenheimer and Interstellar. The rest of his movies I don't love. I just really like, some of them, but I don't love them. Not yet. Not yet. Freddy Krueger or Pinhead? Freddy Krueger. In a fight, Freddy Krueger. All right, we're done with Kevin. Thank you, Kevin, for all the questions. What's up, Gus? How you doing, Gus? Yo, Kenny, Shocker 4K is amazing. Dragon Me to Hell 4K is 3 discs unrated and theatrical and 4K one. Damn. I knew that Shocker would probably look great. Scream Factory's on a roll. Like they may show up in my top 10 4Ks tonight, as far as horror 4Ks. Yeah, Scream Factory's on a roll. They really are on a roll right now with their transfers. They do some great stuff for sure. Batman Returns. Yeah, it's Christmas themed. It's Christmas themed. Yeah, I didn't get it. I got the damn Blu-ray, and I'm fine with the Blu-ray of Drag Me to Hell right now. I don't know. That's not a movie that 2 years ago I would have bought that. I was buying all the Scream Factory 4Ks, but now I'm just I'm trying to pump the brakes a little bit, mostly because they were like 27 bucks a couple of years ago, and now they're like 33, 34. And it's like I cannot put all that money into they're announcing like 8 4Ks a month. It feels like they've been killing it with the announcements. But I'm like, you know what? I just need to pick out a couple that I need. So I showed these off today in my video. I got as far as the October titles, I got Death Becomes Her because it's one of my favorite movies. I love this movie, Robert Zemeckis. And then I got The Wolfman. I've never seen this, but I've heard good things about it. And it's a new to Scream Factory release that I don't own in the collection. And all their other announcements like Shocker and Drag Me to Hell and Land of the Dead, it's like I got all those. And I've got them fairly recently as far as Blu-rays. Now, I do have Death Becomes Her as well, but like I said, favorite movie, one of my favorite movies. And this movie's going to look gorgeous on 4K. I cannot wait to watch it. I can't wait to watch it. But I have just to update you guys, Signs and The Sixth Sense. I have watched both of those, and I have shot reviews for both of those, and those will be up probably into this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, somewhere around those times. All those reviews will be up. And then after that, I'll work on probably Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, Death Becomes Her. I do want to review as well. The Wolfman, maybe, but hold on. My wife's telling me that my mic isn't working, which would seem right for this shit show of a mess that I call a weekly live stream. Let's see. Yeah, I've been having issues with my mic like all week. I don't know what it is. It says I'm hooked up. All right, is it working now? Do I sound any better now? I swear to goodness. So I should look okay tonight. I put in we got a new router and we got a new modem over the weekend, and I put that in Monday night, or set that up Monday night. But for some reason, She's saying no. The Ethernet cable is not working. Like when I plug in my Ethernet, like hardwire myself in like I usually do, the internet doesn't work. So I'm on Wi-Fi right now. Um, and I think I'm okay. So we'll see. Hopefully no hiccups. But I'm gonna have to figure out the sound thing. Let me know how I sound going all the way to the bottom. Um, Hear you just fine. You never dropped. Yeah. Well, I mean, I got a new router and a new modem, so maybe they're better, you know. Alan says you sound fine. Everybody's saying I sound fine. Um, so I don't know. I don't know. I mean, the mic's in. It's plugged up. Steelbook Obsessed says the sound's fine. The problem is, it's that, yeah, she says she can tell it's going through the laptop. The problem is when I get done streaming, I'll be able to tell that I didn't sound very good. Luckily, it's yeah, everybody's saying you're wrong. Look, I'll be able to tell when I listen to myself on the playback. So let me leave for a second. All right, I'm back. Do I sound any better now? Do I sound any better? None ya business. That profile pic looks like a DNR goblin ran over it a few hundred times. It does sound. Basin Blue says it sounds better. Um, she wasn't trolling me because I listened to myself in the playback and it did sound like I was coming through the computer. Luckily, like it still sounds okay, when I'm going through the computer. Okay, my wife said it was better. Well, good thing, my wife's out there looking out for me. She's not trolling me. I seen somebody say she was trolling me. She wants what's best for me in my live streams. Um, so now that the sound's good, I'll probably look like crap for the rest of the stream. So that's how it's gonna go. All right, let me go back to the top. Oh my goodness, I lost some chat, guys. I'm sorry. That's what happens when I get out and get back in. So it's right here. I'm starting at 9:39. Favorite horror video games, new or retro. Um, so if you ask something before that, you might have to ask it again because I'm not going to get it. But we have 152 people in here, guys. If you haven't hit the like button, hit the like button for me. I would appreciate it. And maybe I can look. Maybe I can look back when I do the live stream, and I can see. Sounds fine. All right, I don't think I can check back either. Favorite horror video games, new or retro? I don't play a lot of new horror video games, but I, of course, love the Resident Evil games when I was a kid. Silent Hill as well. But I would say like maybe my favorite new horror video game or newer like horror franchise is probably Dead Space. that game blew my mind when it came out. I loved it so much, the first one. The second one was good too, but there was just something about like that first playthrough of the original Dead Space back in 2008 when I played it on the Xbox 360. I loved it. Like I grew up loving Event Horizon and of course Alien. And when that game started, like I just felt like I was in those worlds. And it was such a cool game. And it was like actually legitimately like very tense and scary. And I never played anything like it before. And I've never quite had that experience since with a horror video game. So Dead Space is probably maybe not my all-time favorite, but it's definitely one of them. But I love the later Resident Evils too, like Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil 5. Um, what are the Condemned? Did anybody ever play the Condemned games? Those are on Xbox 360. I could talk about the 360, like PlayStation 3 Wii era, like all day long. Like that was where I was like super addicted in my early 20s. Um, but Condemned and Condemned 2 Bloodshot, I liked both of those games a lot too. But Dead Space is probably my favorite. The Entity, Slither, they need Slither on 4K. That would be a good 4K. And I don't own the movie on Blu-ray. I never bought the Scream Factory, so that would be one. That would be cool. Nolan isn't fit to Sean Kubrick's shoes. Yeah, I wasn't trying to be disrespectful to Nolan because I like Nolan. You know, he's one of the few like big name directors that came out in support of physical media. So I mean, he's on our side. So I like Nolan. Shot on video 4K seems unlikely. Yeah, 28 days later looks like shit, and it'll probably look like shit on 4K. I don't think it's gonna help it. And the movie shit too. I don't like 28 days later. Hills Have Eyes, yes, yes, yes. At least the first one. Arrow Video Edition. What's up, 4K Media Guy? Happy to have you here. If I sent up says 76 left. Yeah, I got mine on the way, Brent. I ordered the cover A on Friday, and it's on its way. Carpenter and Argento should make a slasher giallo collaboration together before they pass on. I mean, they are getting up there, guys. That would be cool. Brad Pitt all day. Yeah, I think Brad Pitt's got more better movies. Is that a thing? I think Brad Pitt's got better movies than Matt Damon. The question was who's the better actor? I think Matt Damon's a little bit of a better actor than Brad Pitt. You said Funny Games in 4K could be good, both versions, and both versions of Speak No Evil. Yeah, I haven't seen either. I mean, the new Speak No Evil is probably going to get a 4K when everybody buys the Blu-ray. Then Universal will put out the 4K of Speak No Evil. What's up, Tony? Jackie Chan and Jet Li versed each other in a fight. Who do you think would win in a fight? Jackie Chan, man. I mean, he's the man. Yeah, I have Spectrum. They suck. Yeah, I just watched that actually. That would look beautiful on 4K. Happy Halloween Eve. What's up, Adam Baker? Gary says, what's the best movie you've ever seen? The best movie I've ever seen. That's a tough one. I've seen a lot of good movies. The best, I'll reduce it down to this. What's the best movie I've seen this year? As far as like a new first time watch, Hardcore with George C. Scott. That's the best one I've seen all year. What's up, Huck? Huck, I know you're going to be dressing up like crazy tomorrow. You're a wild man. Are you going to be Chicken Boy for Halloween? I need to dress up like Chicken Boy. Why are we all glazing Scream Factory all of a sudden? What's glazing? What does that mean? Well, happy Halloween to you, clever collector movie man. Favorite Halloween candy? I mean, if we're like actual Halloween candy that's not really available any other time of the year, I would go candy corn. Halloween 78 TV version, Halloween 2 TV version need the 4K treatment. Yeah, I mean, they're on. I'm happy to have those, in the Scream Factory editions. Does Halloween 78 has the TV version on the Scream Factory edition, right? If it doesn't, I mean, I own it on DVD. I never liked the TV version of Halloween, though. I didn't like all the extra filler stuff with him in the hospital in the middle. It's a lot better than I remember. Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching it. Yeah, I'll be talking about Signs and Sixth Sense soon. I'm sure Drag Me to Hell and Shocker look great. I'm sure they do. Die Hard. See, I'm not getting into this. I'm really not. I got into this last year. I did my top 15 Christmas movies. I have a problem calling movies that have Christmas themes Christmas movies. So like Die Hard, it's just the way I see it though. You guys don't have to see it that way. Die Hard, Batman Returns, like they're not Christmas movies. I'm not getting into it. There's always an argument when I get into it. Yeah, you're fine to hold off, I think. Yeah, the box set, hopefully. Hopefully a box set's coming from somebody that's gonna put some like extra care into the 4K. I wanted to watch Tales of Halloween. We had it booted up on Tubi this past weekend. My wife didn't want to watch it. Sounds fine to me. Definitely review Wolfman, please. Yeah, I might, just because I haven't seen it. I hear you're just fine. All right, I'm gonna skip through all the mic stuff. Let's see. Alan says, I'm waiting for the Scream Factor 4Ks to go down a bit. I just ordered Funhouse because it went down a bit. Cool. Thank you, Tony. The werewolf versus, I do have that. I mean that the freaking every Vinegar Syndrome 4K like it's just like top tier. So I'm sure it looks great. Yeah. All right. Sound stuff. Let's see. Sound is fine. I love to see them in 4K from 1950s. I mean, that seems like something maybe Kino would do. What's up, Geek Strong? I mean, I do, John. I do. I mean, I don't like shave it, but I buzz it. Yeah, I agree. Oh, that was a good idea, but we're already behind on that. I mean, it varies. I'll say this month I'm almost up to 40. I don't know how I got that many movies watched, but I'm almost up to 40 this month. But I try to get a movie watched a day. Maybe I don't watch a movie every day, but like I'll try to watch like within a month's time. I want to watch at least 10 movies. That's my goal every month. But I'm almost got to 40. All right, everybody's talking about the sound. Michelle's never wrong. I know. She was looking out for me. I just I don't know. I can't always trust her all's ears. Everybody will say that. Look, it's great. Like I did a video when I announced the Arrow video stuff on Friday. The mic wasn't working. I was through my laptop mic on that, and I've done that before. And I'll just get pissed because I hate it, and I'll delete it, and then I'll refilm it again. And this time I was just like, you know what? Just F it. I'm just gonna put it up. I'm already like looking like I'm on VHS, during live streams. I'm like, people just expect low quality at this point, whatever. And I was just so sick of it, and I didn't have time to refilm it anyway. So I just put it out because my mic was plugged in. It just for some reason wasn't working. So whatever. I'm going through my technical difficulties phase right now. Can I be mad? What is the most disappointing horror 4K of 2024? That's a tough one. I'm not going to say Nightmare on Elm Street because I don't think that Nightmare on Elm Street was bad. And it wasn't really disappointing. Like it was a good looking 4K. I just thought it could have looked a little bit better. So I don't know. I really don't know. I'm trying to think if I've seen like a disappointing horror 4K. I've been pretty high on a lot of stuff. I'm mostly pretty positive for a lot of things. You know, it's rare that there's a 4K that I'm just like, oh my God. So I don't even know. I honestly don't know how to answer that. I don't think so. I think the ship has sailed on that. Yeah, I don't know what you mean by that, none of your business. Good, made big announcement, top of the chat. She knows what she's talking about. Favorite Godzilla movie. I mean, the most nostalgic Godzilla movie for me is '98. Just because I was like 13 when that movie came out, and I loved it. But probably, see, I haven't seen a ton of Godzilla movies. I've probably seen 5. I've seen the first one, the original. I've seen all the newer ones like Godzilla 2014, King of the Monsters, Godzilla versus Kong, and I've seen Godzilla -1, and then Godzilla '98. So probably Godzilla -1 is the best one. Yeah, I got that one from Walmart. So I think that's the OG Godzilla. You know, but I would never claim to be a super Godzilla fan. Walmart's just got cool shirts. That's a good one, 4K Media. That would be perfect for Second Sight. Perfect for Second Sight. Whatever you do, don't buy Call of Duty Black Ops 6. You actually have to have an internet connection to even play the campaign. You have to pay $10 a month to do everything else. I'm so like out of the loop on gaming. Like it's such a foreign like world to me now. All I know is my kids drain me dry from microtransactions. Can I have $10 from this, $10 for this, $20 for this, $10 for this? I'm like, come on. You don't need this. Like my daughter will act like it's life or death that she gets like this new skin pack. And I weep for the kids today in video games. I'm like, what are we doing? What is this? Like when I was a kid, if you wanted like skins and bonus content and stuff, like you had to play and beat like the hardest levels at the hardest difficulty and do challenges to get stuff and unlock stuff. Back in my day, video gaming, and it's just crazy now. Like, what is this Fortnite crap? I hate it so much. I hate Fortnite. Oh my God, I hate it. But my kids love it. My son loves Minecraft. He was playing a different game though. My son will experiment. He's on his PC and stuff. He's playing a game where he had to survive. It was like it was like Waterworld, basically. And he was on a raft and he had to like figure out how to survive on the ocean. And he said there was like islands and stuff. I don't know what the hell he was playing, but it looked pretty cool. But mostly it's just Minecraft, Fortnite, Roblox. I'm like, oh my God. So yeah, Black Ops 6. The last Call of Duty game I played was Black Ops 3. I can't believe they're on Black Ops 6. but I was diehard Call of Duty for a long time. Mimic, that would be a good one. I got a nice media book of Mimic, who originally released 30 Days a Night. I got the DVD of 30 Days a Night. I can't remember who it was, but I want to say it was Fox that has that. Clock Tower. Oh my god, I never like actually played that, but I watched my friend play that, and it was creepy. It was very creepy. Just like the cutscenes and stuff. So yeah, I saw that available to pre-order. I wanted it. Like I wanted to get it just to play it, like upgraded graphics, but it's like I know I'm just not gonna have time to play it. So I'd play it like for an hour and then I would stop. It's just not the same anymore. Like I just don't have the patience for video games anymore. My mind's always in 1,000 different directions, or when I do have time to sit down and focus, like I'm watching a movie and then I'm making content and then I'm working, and there's just no time anymore. But I miss that. I miss those days for sure. I miss those days. Any movies you can recommend that have Halloween in the title? Look out tomorrow for a recommendation video, Marius. Yes and no. I liked the first two, and I haven't seen them in forever, so I don't know if I would still like them that much. But I do have them all in 4K because I got that not umbrella, but like umbrella logo on the front box set from Sony. So I think I got to the fourth one and then I stopped watching them. Didn't they do a fifth and sixth one? Yeah, I think that's a 6-movie box set. I'll watch them eventually again. I feel like I'll still like the first and the second one. They're kind of dumb, but I don't know. I liked them back in the day. But I don't remember liking Extinction at all. And then the fourth one, didn't the fourth one have like the guys from Resident Evil 5 with the cloaks and the stuff? I don't know. What's up, not JPEG? We got Trick or Treat on 4K with a Blu-ray and 4K and CD soundtrack, not being sold anywhere but sites. It was made by a studio for $74. Look it up, Ken. Great slip covers. I did. I got that, Scorpions fan. Yeah, I saw it went down to like 45 or something. I see. That's another thing I would want, but it's like I wouldn't play them. I wouldn't play them. Yes, that's a good one. That's a good one. Video game drum. That is a big one. I can't believe nobody's done Reanimator yet. I can't believe it. Like Arrow hasn't done that. Like that. They must have got the rights back or something. I don't know. But wasn't Reanimator wasn't that an Empire Pictures? Charles Bands? I can't imagine he, wouldn't, especially recently doing the Empire Screams box set with Arrow Video, he wouldn't let Arrow keep that to put it out in 4K. I don't know. There has to be some kind of holdup there. I played Dead by Daylight. You can play as Michael, Freddy, Jason, Ghostface. I've seen that before. I'm just not into I have no interest in multiplayer at all. No interest. So the Friday the 13th game, the Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre game, the Evil Dead game, no interest at all. And if they do a Halloween game like that, no interest. I don't care. They may be fun to watch. Maybe I'll watch a YouTube video of it or something just to see what it's like. But like, I don't care to play that stuff anymore. No interest in multiplayer at all. But it's like when I was a kid, like I remember like the Xbox era, the GameCube era, the PS2 era. Like I was super into Halloween at the time, and I was like, it would be so awesome if they did a Halloween game because they already did a Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th on Nintendo, but nobody ever did a Halloween game, at least as far as I know. So I was like, why don't they do a Halloween game? And it might have even been the Nintendo 64. I was thinking they could do it on. It might have gone back that far, which would have looked really, really wild. But I was like, okay, you play as Michael Myers and you stalk houses. Like that's what you do. You go inside the houses and your objective is to murder somebody. At the end of the day, like you could just go around to different houses, murder people, level up, whatever. I was like, that game would be freaking so cool. And they never did it. So that's the kind of game I want. Like if they had a narrative Friday the 13th game or a narrative Texas Chainsaw Massacre, like I would be interested in those. Yeah, no, that's another one I would want to get and play. I actually did buy the Resident Evil 2. I didn't know if I'd be talking about. I said a few weeks ago, guys, I vowed never to talk about video games again on this channel. Uh, but I got the Resident Evil 2 remake, and again, it was another situation where I played it for like 2 or 3 hours, and then I just quit. I just don't have the patience for it anymore. No, Jake, I didn't. That was one I always heard about though, and to tell you the truth, GameCube was like the one console I missed out on, like completely missed out on that one. Because that came out, I think I was in high school. When did that come out? When did the GameCube come out? Was it like 2001, 2001? So I would have been like a sophomore. And when I was in high school, like I wasn't gaming as much because I was like, going out and doing stupid shit with my friends. Um, and watching a good amount of movies as well. Like if it wasn't like Grand Theft Auto or Halo, I think Halo was out at that time. I wasn't playing it. And that was pretty much like me and my friends were just kind of playing that stuff. So I didn't get into the GameCube because at that time it was like, oh, Mario, Zelda. I've done all that crap before. Whatever. That's for kids. I don't need to play Mario anymore. I've had that phase already. It was more about the adult games, Grand Theft Auto, and I love playing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater too. I played that a lot, and a lot of wrestling games I played around that time. So I never got into the GameCube. Never, even though there's tons of great games on there. I know now. But I did get back into Nintendo with the Wii, and I played the Galaxy games and see, because I've never played Super Mario Sunshine. That's like the one mainline Mario game I've never played. But the Galaxy games, I got back into it then. But yeah, Eternal Darkness, I have heard great things about. Did they remake that? They should probably remake that at some point. See, I remember not hearing the best things about that one. Oh, that is a good one. I like Autopsy of Jane Doe a lot. Oh, I need to watch that one. I don't think I've seen it. Yes, I already pre-ordered it. Trick or Treat. Yeah, Reanimator, that's a good one. I watched all 4 Halloween Town movies this morning. I watched 8 Halloween movies. Damn, 8? 1 through Resurrection. Yeah, the Condemned games are freaking cool. Condemned 2 with that freaking bear that comes freaking running at you down the hallway. That's so cool. I like the multiplayer in Condemned 2 though, because I don't care about multiplayer now, but I love multiplayer back in the day. And I was a big achievement hunter back in the 360 days. I would need to get like at least most of the achievements for each game. So a lot of achievements were like locked to multiplayer. So I played so many like shitty multiplayer, so much shitty multiplayer on games that just weren't good at multiplayer. Like Call of Duty, Halo, like those are the Gears of War, like those are the good multiplayer games. But so many other games would try multiplayer and they would suck and fail at it. But I would play those like broken multiplayer systems just to get achievements. One of the worst ones was Ghostbusters, which was a great game. Like that was a great story. Honestly, that's like the real Ghostbusters 3. But the Ghostbusters video game like had multiplayer and it had so many different modes and stuff. It was so broken and so difficult to get the achievements. No, I don't. Oh, Collector and Collection. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen Collector. Yeah, Jeepers Creepers on 4. I don't know. I don't know if they're going to touch that just because of the director. Maybe they do. Maybe they don't care. I don't know. I mean, Roman Polanski's got his issues. They still put his shit out on 4K. But I don't know if they think that, Victor Salva's worth it or not. Twilight Zone. Yeah, something's up with that. You talking about the movie? I know it's kind of tainted because of the John Landis, situation and controversy, but I don't know. Yeah, I need to check out Grave Encounters. I'm halfway through the second Hell House movie because I got the Hell House box set and I want to watch all 4 of those. I shot my video from the Umbrella releases, and that should be out in the next couple of days. The Keep is coming. I mean, Vinegar Syndrome is probably announcing that on Friday. What 1960s TV series do you like? I don't know if I can think of one off the top of my head. Was the Munsters in 1960s? Yeah, the Phantasm movies need 4Ks. That is true. Yes, I am getting that. I mean, I'm supposed to be getting Late Night with the Devil, but that hasn't shipped. It's funny, I ordered Late Night with the Devil on 4K and I see people starting to get it, but mine hasn't shipped, but they shipped my Trick or Treat 4K and I just ordered that. I know it has everything to do with like the stock and what they get in and stuff, but I just thought it was funny. The Burbs does need a 4K. Serpent the Rainbow, yeah. I mean, give Scream Factory time. They'll reissue all their stuff on 4K as long as they still have the license for it. Whose spot on your personal Mount Rushmore or slasher villains is art most likely to take? See, on my personal slasher Mount Rushmore, it would probably be, Michael, Jason, Freddy. I don't think you can leave those off. But I don't know if I would put Leatherface on mine. I might put Pinhead on mine, if I'm being honest, or Chucky, maybe Chucky. Um, so I mean, he would have to take one of those, whatever I assign the 4 spot to. To be honest, like I don't think the 4 spot is clear. I don't think it's very clear, like who would be on top. I think that most people would have Freddy, Jason, Michael, and then the 4 spot would be like whatever your personal preference is. So mine would probably be. I don't know. It's tough. It's either between Chucky or Pinhead. I love the first 2 Hellraisers so much. I would probably put Pinhead on there just because I think Pinhead would look cooler on Mount Rushmore than Chucky. No offense to Chucky, I love Chucky, but I think Pinhead would look cool. Nice. Yeah, it sucks. It's Germany only until what 2026. Yeah, they do have it on 4K overseas. Yeah. Oh my god, guys, I'm way behind on the chat. I thought it was good. I'll watch it at some point. I haven't seen it yet. Yeah. Oh, it better. They need to do a 4K for that one and the second one at least. I don't need the third one, but um Agatha Christie. I haven't watched Agatha all along. Do you think Kino will go or there? What is that, Mark? I don't know what you mean. What was your favorite costume you wore growing up? Um, I mean Michael Myers for sure. I was like 14 or 15, I think, when I started wearing that, but I wore it every year. I would wear it to school on Halloween and scare a bunch of people. And I was actually Michael Myers in a haunted house at my church because they did a haunted house like in the basement, not in the basement of the church, but there was like a rec hall like next to the church that had a basement. So we would do up that basement like a haunted house. It was actually pretty legit. And I played Michael Myers in the haunted house, I think, for 3 years in a row, I want to say. Um, so yeah, Michael Myers for sure. I feel like I could play a damn good Michael Myers too. Scared the shit out of a lot of people. Yeah. Yeah. You were smart to hold off. You were smart to hold off on those. It may come back to bite you in the ass, but we can get you into treatment now. I like the pumpkins. I like the pumpkin candy corns. But I like the little ones too. Like those things are addicting. I have to stop myself. Play a candy corn, of course. Yeah, they'll come out, unless they cancel them. I think they'll come. It's just they announce stuff and it takes time sometimes with these titles. Maybe they're trying to get some special features on there. Oh, Sleepy Hollow. Sleepy Hollow like is arguably my favorite Tim Burton movie. So I would definitely pick Sleepy Hollow over Dark Shadows, but to be honest, I haven't seen Dark Shadows. So pumpkins are creamy. Yeah, they are. Pumpkins are good. The pumpkins are good. Tremors 8 for sure. Yeah, I mean that's the way I see it, but other people don't see it that way. I mean, Huck from Huck's Pop Culture and Cafe, like we've had this argument several times. I've been on live streams arguing with people about it. He actually did a video on his channel that was comparing Die Hard to Home Alone, and it was like if Home Alone's a Christmas movie, then Die Hard's a Christmas movie. And after watching the video, it's hard to argue, but it's just what do I feel like is a Christmas movie? Like I don't know. It's like a feeling to me. It's like Die Hard movies that just have Christmas around them or centered around Christmas, or Christmas kind of plays as the backdrop of a movie. Like that's not a Christmas movie to me. That's just a movie that has Christmas in it. I don't know. It's just different. Return of the Living Dead's a classic. That's a great one. Oh, so I need to watch that. I've got the Blu-ray from Kino Lorber. I need to check that one out. Yep, I played the first one, I played the second one. I actually never played the third one, and I never played the fourth one, but I played Homecoming and I played Downpour on the 360. Homecoming I actually really loved, and Homecoming was cool because I remember beating it, and then you got to like replay it with an alien gun or something. um, I remember playing that game. It's funny how like I just have these random memories, or I'll have things that I remember like tied to like the video games I was playing at the time. It's like moments in my life. But I got an appendectomy. I got my appendix removed. And when I was recovering from the surgery, I was playing Silent Hill Homecoming the whole time. Really got into that game. Clown House 4. I've got Clown House actually. I've got it on DVD. Somebody sent it to me. And when I was unboxing it, like a subscriber mail unboxing, I didn't realize what it was. And then I heard somebody else bring it up one day, Clown House, Victor Salva. And I was looking through my collection one time when I was reorganizing my DVDs, and I'm like, Clown House. And I just made the connection. I looked on the back, Victor Salva. I'm like, holy shit, I do have this damn movie. Let me go get it. Bam, Clown House. I mean, it's not funny. It's not funny. I forgot to close my door. Because apparently that's the movie that he did like the shady shit on, which I'm not gonna talk about. But yeah, they do good. I like Walmart shirts. Affordable, nice. What did I just order the other day? I ordered something from Gutter Garbs. Oh, it was a Jason Goes to Hell shirt. That's what I got. Return to Oz is creepy as hell. Happy Devil's Night, Jake. Somebody had said he actually you wrote the same. I did not read your comment before I said that. We wrote we said the exact same thing. No, I'm not. I could care less about that. That is cool, man. Yeah, they do nice shirts at Cavity Colors, Gutter Guards. I cannot buy everyone though. Like $37 for a shirt. I can't do that. I'm good with the Walmart $9 and I walk out with it. I think it's cool. Like I like VHS, just the aesthetic of it. But am I going to watch them very often? Probably not. I do have a VHS player. I do have a CTR TV or a CRT TV. So I could watch them. But it's like, why would you if you have like a Blu-ray or a 4K? Sinister 4K would be good. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. We need Casper on 4K and the Santa Claus on 4K. Yep. When did I say the chat lies? No, I just don't think. I think that most people are probably listening to me on their phones and they just don't notice because you can't notice as much on your phone, or you just don't. I don't know. It's tough to say, but there's a lot of people that I'll be like, "How do I sound, guys?" And everybody be like, "You sound great," and then I'll listen to myself back and I'm like, I sounded like I was underwater the whole time. I know the difference between like my microphone and coming through the computer just because I've heard it so many times. Is there a Spaceballs 2 coming? Please don't do that. McCore says, do you recommend ordering from MVD during the Halloween sale or wait for Black Friday sale? I have to look at the sale. Oh, didn't I look at the sale a couple of weeks ago and it wasn't that good? So maybe wait for the Black Friday sale. Oh yeah, Seinfeld on 4K got announced this morning. No, probably not. I just don't buy TV shows that much. It's just not a focus for me on as far as physical media. I've got a few shows. I've got a few, and it's funny because when I first got into like seriously collecting, or not like seriously collecting, but like seriously collecting DVDs, like in the early 2000s, like TV shows were the focus. Like that was my focus. Like I bought movies, but like TV shows were the things I got super excited about. Um, because I could get all those sitcoms. I could get all those older shows that I watched when I was a kid. Um, and it was just cool to me. Like the idea of being able to watch any episode you wanted whenever you wanted, or to be able to actually go through them in chronological order at when they actually aired. Because if you watched them in syndication on TV, like they could skip episodes, they could, do one in season one, and then the next week it would be like season three, and you would miss shows and you would miss episodes and stuff like that. So it's just not wasn't the same. To finally be able to watch like a show from start to finish, first season from start to finish in order and not miss any episodes, like that was mind blowing. So it's like Roseanne, I bought every single season for that 70s show. I bought every single season. Seinfeld was like the first big one. Like when that hit DVD, I remember buying all those as they came out. Everybody Loves Raymond, Friends, King of Queens, Home Improvement. Like there were so many sitcoms that were coming out that I was buying every single season as they came out. Like not complete collection box sets. I was buying them like as they dropped. I was like going to the store and be like, oh, this came out today. This came out today. Like that was what I cared about collecting back then. And of course, I would still buy movies and stuff, but like TV was my primary focus. And you're probably asking, well, Ken, have you ever showed off your TV collection? No, because I don't have it anymore. I sold it all, like I think 2010, 2011, because I just had my first kid, my son, and we needed some money, some extra money. So I sold them all on eBay. Um, and that's what happened to my DVD TV collection. And then a few years later, I sold all my DVDs. Have you Victor Frankenstein? I haven't watched that one. Vampires would be a good 4K because it kind of has that Western vibe, and the Hills Have Eyes would be great too. Yeah, I might need to try that. I might need to try that. I do want to watch all of them. Like I would love to go back and just watch them all like in order. Those would be good. One Maximum Overdrive would be good. Uh, none. Absolutely nothing. I'm not excited for anything Marvel at all. Nothing. Not even the Avenger movies. You might be right, John Doe, because he didn't know the name of it. Is it Stranded Deep? Yeah, that might be it because he's got Steam and everything. You might be right. Yep, sloppy seconds. Hell yeah. I mean, I got a lot of booties in my collection. Hey, Ken, my daughter wants to watch horror movies. At what age do you recommend I show her? She's 8 years old. Um, I mean, it just depends on your kid. Like, is she showing an interest in that kind of stuff? I mean, I definitely wouldn't force a horror film on an 8-year-old, but like, we showed my daughter Chucky, Child's Play when she was 8. Like, we watched the first two with her. And she's just always been around that kind of stuff because me and my wife have watched horror movies, and I've watched horror movies. I try not to watch it in front of her, but sometimes she'll walk in and it's like she's just always been aware of horror movies and the icons and stuff like that. So, you know, I would just kind of gauge her interest. Like I said, I wouldn't force it upon her because when you force it upon her, that's when you traumatize, um, and maybe turn them off of horror for the rest of their lives. Yeah, it just depends on the kid. Like, how interested is she in like creepy, spooky stuff? Like, maybe start with um, stuff like Coraline. Like, my daughter loves Coraline, and I've been watching that with her since she was like 2. So just to kind of gauge like her interest in the creepy stuff, start with the more kid friendly horror stuff, Paranorman, Frankenweenie, like stuff like that. Nightmare Before Christmas. I mean, I would start with. I'm trying to think. I think Poltergeist is a good one, but also Poltergeist is really freaking scary. But it's a PG horror movie. Definitely like the old Goosebump shows. Like I said, I mean, I gave you some movie recommendations. Like, The Gates. It's a good gateway one. Gremlins 2 needs a 4K for sure. It's been a good year, Kevin. We got it, Kevin. I didn't rate it. What? Yeah, you watched The Fly. The Fly's great. Yeah, TMNT needs a 4K. That's a good one. Sorry. I try to keep it off the games. Original Xbox is awesome. Knights of the Old Republic, Fable, Halo games. Um, good shit on there. I mean, I don't play them now. Duck Hunt. Yeah, I pre-ordered that. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I miss the old like movie and TV show tie-ins. I miss that. Oh, 49 films. Nice. Outlast I did play. I didn't beat it, but I played it. It was very creepy. That was when my gaming days were breathing its last dying breath. What's up, Captain Horror? I have a day one GameCube, didn't waste any time. What's up, man? Yeah, I wish I would have got the GameCube. The first game was Luigi's Haunted Mansion. Like, I'm sure that's fun as hell. Yeah, Gears of War was the first game I got. I got the 360 in 2006. I know it came out in 2005, but they didn't. To me, it didn't like really start ramping up till Gears of War got announced, and then I had to have it. And then I played Dead Rising. I love Dead Rising, Gears of War, and then of course Halo 3 came out and just took over my life. took and Bioshock. Bioshock is an incredible game. Like, that's kind of a horror game too. Um, I played everything. Like, I really did. Mass Effect. Like, I I was gaming back then like I watch movies now. Like I was going nuts, like buying everything, playing everything. I've still got most of it. I haven't really sold my games or nothing, so I still got tons of 360 games and PS3 games and stuff. Nice. I can't say I'm excited for it. I was always achievements. I didn't really care about the trophies as much. Yeah, Gears was freaking insane. I love Gears too. Like when they brought Horde mode in, like damn man. My friends and I, we would just sit like I mean, we were playing over like the internet, but just sit on the couch and just play Horde mode for like 5 to 6 hours straight. Like, and also, what was the other game? The zombie game, Left 4 Dead. We played that like nonstop. I just remember starting at like 9 p.m. and ending at like 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. or something like that. And we would be on the same campaign. It was crazy. Because some of those horde modes, like they would take a good 4 hours. Some of the achievements in Ghostbusters were straight up broken and could be. Yeah, they were. I didn't get them all. I tried to get as many as I could. I do miss gaming, but it's something I don't have the patience for anymore. So I know myself well enough. I can't just go back into it. Red Dead Redemption. I played the shit out of. It. I tried to get the second one a few years ago. I just don't have the patience. Like I said, couldn't get into it. I also really liked LA Noire. That was the Rockstar game that came out right after Red Dead, and nobody kind of came and went, but it was really good. Alien versus Predator. That game was kind of broken too, wasn't it? Yeah, screw that. Pork chop sandwiches are pretty good. Yeah, it does. I don't have a super chat, Marius. Which yeah. I don't think so unless I'm missing it. Naomi from Showgirls. Oh my god. I need Fire in the Sky, Jeepers Creepers, Last Voyage of the Meter. Yeah, Last Voyage. I'm sure Universal put that out. I haven't seen Barbed Wire since the 90s, so I'm sure it's cheesy as hell, but it's probably pretty fun. That's a good one. No, why would that be wrong? Why would it be wrong to say? What's up? What's up? I don't want to pronounce your name wrong. Jando Rose. Gabriel Perez is here. Did hear that the Wayans brothers have gotten the rights to Scary Movies franchise back. They'll be making the next Scary Movie. I should care about that, but I don't. They didn't have anything to do with the third one, right? Because I thought it all went downhill with part 3. Part 3's got some funny parts, but I never watched 4 or 5 because I just didn't think the third one was that good. But the first one, the second one, they're so good. I love both of them. The first one's so good that I can't take Scream or I Know What You Did Last Summer seriously anymore. That's how good they are. Every time I watch Scream, I just hear like lines from Scary Movie. Oh my god, we hit a boots. Where's the foot? Where's the foot? Michelle, the $10 super chat. Thank you so much. What happened to the super chat clips? Well, they're right here, Michelle. It's a funny thing when you super chat, you get a super chat clip. And I'm going to give you the best super chat clip that I have. And of course, it's good old Al.
She got a great ass. And you got your head all the way up it.
All the way up in him. That's number one. Thank you so much, Michelle. I appreciate that. Thank you for supporting the channel, for being here every week. You're awesome. You rock. Batman VR. I haven't played that. I like how half the chat's divided into video game talk and horror movies that we want to come on 4K. What's up, Paul? Clownhouse on VHS? Yeah, I don't have it on VHS, just DVD. Saw to the final chapter, Terror Threads, Fright Rags. Fright Rags, I got a couple of theirs. For some reason, like after I wash them, they don't fit me right anymore. I don't know what the I don't know what the issue is. So I'm pretty good with gutter garbs. I like gutter garbs a lot. "13 Ghosts" would be good. I think 13 Ghosts needs one. Yeah, we need another White Chicks. 100%. Nice. I want Oculus and Idiocracy. Yeah, those Idiocracy doesn't even have a Blu-ray. It's still on. I think it's still stuck on DVD. Yeah, I think White Chicks is still stuck on DVD too. Oh, thank you, Happy Crotimus. Who knew I just needed a whole new router and modem? What the hell's going on in here? Oculus at Wood. Everybody's throwing out some good titles. Yeah, because it was it was just cool, you know? And it was different than movies because we had movies on VHS and on Laserdisc, but when we hit the DVD era and now we can skip and things like that and actually select scenes and episodes, things like that was a whole new ball game. Like, we never had anything like that before. They had VHS tapes that would have, like, a limited amount of episodes on them. Like, you could get, like, episode 1 through 3 or, like, 3 episodes of a show on a VHS or something. Like, I've actually got, like, South Park VHS tapes that have, like, multiple episodes on them, but it's, like, 2 or 3. I've got Dinosaurs, a couple of Dinosaurs got DVD, right? Dinosaurs need Blu-ray. I would love Dinosaurs on Blu-ray. I would actually buy that. They did Dinosaurs on Blu-ray, I would buy that. So yeah, I've got that kind of stuff. But like we never got like an entire season like on a release. So that's what made like TV shows on DVD so special. So like I was going crazy. Like I was like, yeah, the movies are cool, but like I've got a lot of those on VHS already. I want the TV shows because I don't own those. So I've heard various things. I honestly believe because I thought I heard that Studio Canal was going to do it like a couple of years ago. So I feel like it's floating around the UK somewhere. And if it's floating around the UK, I believe that it's either going to come out from Arrow Video or Second Sight. Second Sight, like, if I had to predict, I would say Second Sight has it. And we could be getting, that could be a big release for them next year, maybe. I don't know them. Well, King of Queens has a Blu-ray. I've got a Mill Creek set, King of Queens. So, yeah, that's true. That's all true. It always depends on the kid. Like I would have to meet your kid to know if it was okay. I forced my mom to watch horror. Like my son has been the biggest scaredy cat of horror like his entire life. Like every time I ask him to watch something, he won't watch it. And when he was a kid, of course I'm not going to force it on him, but when he started to get to like 11, 12, 13, I was like, "Hey, you want to watch this? You want to watch that?" No, I don't want to watch that. I don't want to watch that. Until this year, and then we watched a Friday the 13th movie together. We watched part 6, Jason Lives, and I feel like we watched Trick or Treat with him recently, and I feel like there was something else. He went to his friend's house over the weekend. I think it was Saturday night. Came home the next day, and my wife walks in and goes, "Do you know what your son watched last night?" I said, "What?" I was expecting him to say like Halloween or another Friday the 13th or something. She said Terrifier. Him and his friends, and I don't think their parents knew about it. They watched Terrifier on Amazon Prime, And I'm like, you freaking kidding me? I was like, you go from like not watching any horror movies at all to watching freaking Terrifier. Crazy. I was like, I just couldn't imagine him like watching that and processing that movie. I was like, oh, okay. Okay. Well, you watch the first Terrifier, you can watch anything now. You done seen a girl freaking sawed in half. Yeah, Never Ending Story, man. Ooh, the wolves. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, pretty much all the Universal stuff, huh? Disney's Haunted Mansion would be good. Best and worst J-Lo movies. The best is Anaconda and Selena. I'll say that. And the worst is The Boy Next Door and the Wedding Planner. I don't know. What was that? She did a really bad one recently. Oh, it was the Atlas. That wasn't very good. That wasn't very good. Left 4 Dead was awesome. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of scary stuff in the first Poltergeist. Maybe that wasn't a good one. Not my top 10 horror movies. My top 10 4K horrors. I'm not doing I wanted to do my top 20 horror movies. We'll get on with it when I want to. Okay, John. This is a 2-hour live stream. We got time. Oh, that's a good one to find. That's probably worth some money. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Well, I mean, one of them was my brother-in-law, and but no, not really. It's funny because like my daughter took over my screen name, and we changed it to hers, so I don't even have my old screen name anymore. But like my friends, I'm still like friends with them, and I can see them pop on sometimes when I walk up there. But no, I don't really keep in touch with a lot of people on there anymore. Let's see. What's up, Antonis? I'll be handing out candy while my kids are out trick or treating. I'm sorry, Michelle. I did advertise horror tonight, though. You knew this was a horror stream going in. Oh, there is a Hatchet box set, Dave, or there's a Hatchet Steelbook set. Dark Sky did it. Which, speaking of Dark Sky, let's talk about Dark Sky for a second because I had people messaging me about Dark Sky and they're. Well, hold on a second. We got to get into multiple things here real quick. So people were messaging me about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Steelbook, which I'll go ahead and bring up right here. The one with the video game and the movie in it. And hold on a second. And I need you guys to help confirm this for me. So I found this on Blu-ray.com. Apparently there's a video game portion of Blu-ray.com. I knew that, but I don't get on it very often. So this is the collector's edition, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 50th Anniversary Collector's Edition Steelbook that advertises a 4K. A 4K is 100% advertised here. It says it right there, 50th Anniversary 4K Blu-ray. All right. And you can either get the PS5 version or you can get the Xbox Series X version. And people were messaging me saying that they got a Blu-ray in this set. Which I had no interest in the Steelbook, so I didn't care to get it. But I did find that was pretty interesting. They were getting a Blu-ray, and so they screwed up. They put the wrong disc in there. But I feel like people were blaming Dark Sky for this which you can blame Dark Sky for a lot of stuff lately. $300 Texas Chainsaw Massacre set, which is now down to a low price. Let's look at this. Well, I was on the right thing. Let's see, UHD Blu-rays. Oh yeah, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre set is now down to the low price of $269.98 on the Dark Sky Films website. They have a sale going right now. And here's the Hatchet collection. It is down to $62.98, which for 4 films on Blu-ray and a nice steelbook, that's not a terrible price. But I feel like this was $80 when it first came out. I think it's got new features and stuff on it as well. It's not a terrible price, for $60 for that, especially when you're having to pay $65 for one movie from Disney. But the chainsaw set's down to $270 on Amazon. It went up for pre-order. I talked about it on the Physical Media Report this week for $400. It's $400 on Amazon right now to get this damn set. But anyway, this is the Dark Sky Film website. I do not think, I could be wrong, I don't think Dark Sky has anything to do with this release of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre steelbook. Again, I could be wrong, but when I'm looking on here, it says publisher Gun Interactive, developer Sumo Digital, and I'm not seeing any. The publisher's Gun I don't know all the publishers. I used to know publishers and developers, but not anymore. I don't see anything. Now, obviously, they're using Dark Sky's disc, right? But I don't think Dark Sky is responsible for putting this steelbook out because it's primarily a game release. And they're just kind of bundling the movie in there. So I don't think that Dark Sky is the one that screwed this up, So I do want to point that out. Because again, you can hate on Dark Sky for a lot of things right now, but I don't think that this is their fault. I just think that the video game publishers, distributors, whoever, what have you, that put this out didn't know the damn difference between a Blu-ray and a 4K. They didn't know what the hell they were doing. And they just took a Blu-ray and they put it in there, and they didn't care to check and make sure it was a 4K UHD before they did it. That's my opinion on what happened. But let me check real quick on the Best Buy website. And this is what Best Buy gets for getting back into movies. Come back and bite them in the ass. Now they're going to be like, oh, well, now we're really not doing movies anymore. So Texas Chainsaw Massacre 50th. Let's see. All right. So I want to bring this up real quick. It's a better image. It says, oh, they changed it. Those dirty bastards. Or was it always this way? So this says on Best Buy now, it says Blu-ray movie of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And all the other pieces right here. That's interesting. Because if you go back to this, I can see down there where it says 4K Blu-ray. 50th anniversary 4K Blu-ray. And now on the Best Buy website, it says Blu-ray movie of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It doesn't say 50th anniversary or anything. So they changed it. That's interesting. Because that's the original image that they first put up on Best Buy. And you can go back and, because we talked about this on a live stream a couple of months ago. So if you go back on that video I put out a couple of months ago talking about this, I guarantee you on that image it says 4K Blu-ray 50th anniversary edition. So they did mislead people, and now they changed it to Blu-ray. So that's pretty dirty. That's pretty dirty, and it's still $99.99. It's like you might as well lower the price. You know, if you're not going to give people what they paid for, you're going to advertise one thing and then change it. So yeah, I did want to talk about that because, again, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think that that's Dark Sky. I think it's the video game developer and the publisher that released that. But let me know what you guys think about that. That's a little video game and horror content mixed together. Okay, we did it. I'm gonna rename this stream the video game horror combo. I haven't played a game since PS2. That would be a good 4K. House of Wax would be a good 4K. They did a really good job on that House of Wax release too. I think that's a 4K scan. It looks really good. Guys, real quick, I gotta use the restroom and I'll be back. Don't leave. All right, I'm back. Only 9 people left. Thank you, all 181 people, for staying. You guys are the real ones. All right, let me. We're getting ready to get into my list real quick, guys. Top 10 horror 4Ks of all time. Let's see. I might have to jump through this. Yeah, the X-Files would be a good 4K, but we need Breaking Bad too. Like that's one. Get him to review Terrifier. I couldn't get him to talk about it too much. Jiggly. Yeah. Oh god. Jiggly. I'll see you later, man. I mean, tons. What's up, Deadly Spooky? You should. They have to have misleading about the 4K wording being on a Blu-ray when most thought it would be on a 4K disc. I mean, when you say 4K Blu-ray, I mean that's a 4K. Like that's 4Ks are called Blu-rays, or Blu-rays are called 4Ks. It's the same thing. It's just a 4K Blu-ray. There's Blu-rays and there's 4K Blu-rays. I want it now. I haven't played a game since the Atari. Oh, you can go. DVD. Everybody's like, we got DVDs of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And everybody be like, we got VHSs in ours. And then people would be happy because people love VHS now. Rockstar. I never got into those. Never got into those. Nice. Freddy should come on 4K next year. I just don't know from who at this point. I just don't know from who. It's either Arrow maybe or probably Warner Brothers. Probably gonna be in a thin ass case like the Rockies or some bullshit. How often does my wife get anxiety? She's been doing a lot better with it over the past year or so. So not very often these days. Yeah. Clueless. Didn't Clueless get a fort? No, it didn't, did it? It didn't. Yeah, I like the video. Did I tell you guys I like the video? I was going to do some giveaways tonight. You guys want some giveaways? So we need to hit 150 likes and I'll do a giveaway. I'll do 2 giveaways. I'll give away the signs and 6 cents digital codes. All right, let me get into my top 10 4Ks ever. These are the 10 best 4Ks. I will hear no arguments. All right. From 10 to 1. These are going in order. This is a ranking. All right. I'll say this, guys. Look, this was a very hard to pick from. I kind of just went over there and started looking at everything. And I was like, what's just the best of the best? And I'm sure I left some stuff out. That's really great. I mean, I'm positive I did. I tried to also show love to some studios, boutique labels, kind of spread it around. I didn't want to go all in on one label or something. My number 10 is a really great 4K. These are all really great. All really great. But this came out from Sony in 2022, and I was just blown away by the picture quality here. It's definitely the best 90s era slasher film on 4K. It's better than all the Screams. And that's I Know What You Did Last Summer. It's from 1997. This looked magnificent. You know, I mean, you want to know how magnificent it looked?
What are you waiting for, huh? What are you waiting for?
Imagine that in 4K. That's how magnificent it looked. I Know What You Did Last Summer on 4K. That is my number 10. See how I got that messed up slipcover? This came in from Amazon like that. I was kind of mad at first, but I kind of just accept slip damage for what it is. I don't love it, but I'm not going to flip out over it. It just kind of is what it is. It builds character for the collection, is what I always say. All right, coming in at number 9 is a movie I just watched on 4K, and I remember watching this and reviewing it back in the day, but when I rewatched it, I think it was the first time watching it on the OLED because I think I still had my older 4K TV when I watched this. But I was blown away. I was like, holy shit, this looks freaking good. And it's from Warner Brothers, and that is The Lost Boys. You know, yeah, the cover's shitty, but this movie looks freaking top tier on 4K. So I thought it was great. I don't know how you all feel about The Lost Boys on 4K, but I think it's one of the better 4Ks I've seen. So put that one on the list. Coming in number 8, we're going to go over to Scream Factory. And this is one that I did a review for, I think, at the end of last year. Have I done reviews for all these? Most of them I have. This one came out last year, December. And this was like after a run of great 4Ks. I was like, it just can't get any better from Scream Factory. And then they dropped this banger. And I was like, holy crap. Like their Scream Factory is on another level right now. Silver Bullets is an amazing 4K, astounding 4K. Never seen anything like it 4K. And I think that this one, they put a new audio commentary on here as well. So that was definitely really cool. Definitely added to the, value of the release, I think. Because this one was a Blu-ray release that came out in 2019. I remember I bought it when it came out. And the Blu-ray, I think, was a 4K scan, and it looked good. It was a good-looking Blu-ray. But like this 4K, I was like, well, how much better could it look? I bought it anyway. I was like, how much better could it look? I was like, God damn. Like this is this is just one of the better 4Ks I've ever seen, ever. And I love The Howling, and I love American Werewolf in London, but this is the best looking werewolf movie on 4K. Now, I haven't watched The Wolfman yet, right? I haven't watched The Wolfman yet. I'll watch it and then report back. But Silver Bullet's one of the best 4Ks that Screen Factory's ever done. So that's my number 8. Coming in at number 7. From Beyond from Vinegar Syndrome. And I was between this one and Amityville Horror. I almost picked Amityville Horror just because I love that classic like 70s look in 4K. But this one is without a doubt the better looking 4K, I think, with all the colors and everything on the HDR. It looked astounding, looked fantastic. And then you got the packaging from Vinegar Syndrome. This thing has a brand new documentary on the making of From Beyond. It's a fantastic release. It's a fantastic 4K. One of the better ones that Vinegar Syndrome has done. So that is my number 7. Coming in at number 6 is The Witch from Second Sight, or The Vivitch from Second Sight. It was between this and It Follows, but I think that overall The Witch is a little bit stronger of a transfer. I mean, this one was corrected from the Lionsgate 4K by the director Robert Eggers. He went back in, did a brand new restoration, oversaw the restoration. And what Second Sight and Robert Eggers did with this movie, it's astonishing. This movie had never looked this good. Looked fantastic, absolutely fantastic. The scenery of this movie is so great, and it's my favorite horror movie of the 21st century. So I got to give it that. And yeah, what a great release as well. It's got 5 or 6 like new interviews and stuff with the cast and the crew, and it's got Anya Taylor-Joy and the director Robert Eggers and everybody. The whole cast like came back to talk about this film. So I thought it was an extraordinary release by Second Sight. It's one of my favorites in the collection. So The Witch is my number 6. Coming at number 5, we got another Scream Factory release. Poltergeist 2. This may be a little recency bias, but I feel like Scream Factory is getting better and better. Silver Bullets, Killer Clowns, and then that leads us to what I believe to be the best Scream Factory 4K, and that is Poltergeist 2. This looked magnificent. I did not expect Poltergeist 2 to look this good. And this also has an Atmos track as well. It's one of the few Scream Factory releases that has an Atmos track, and it sounded great. That whole like Reverend Cain sequence where he's walking up in the rain, I was like, oh my God, it's so immersive. But Poltergeist 2 is like another level. Like I almost grabbed Poltergeist, but I was like, I can't grab 2 Poltergeist movies. So I grabbed Poltergeist 2 because I think it's the better 4K of the 2. And yeah, Scream Factory did such a great job with that 4K. So that's my number 5. Now getting into my number 4, we're getting in some legit classics here, guys. We got The Shining, or The Shining on 4K from Warner Brothers. I need to rewatch this one because it's been a bit. But I remember like watching this when I was just getting into 4K, and I didn't believe the hype at first, but after I watched The Shining, I was like, holy shit. That movie has never looked that good. And I loved it. And this movie is just so beautiful. It's Stanley Kubrick, guys. Just all the shots and the scenery of the hotel, like it looks so great in 4K. So great. So that's my number 4 is The Shining from Warner Brothers. And this was back when people weren't shitting on Warner Brothers slipcovers, I don't feel like. Well, they were, because Gremlins, I think, came out the same year and it was not good. But The Shining, like, is there anybody that doesn't like this Shining slipcover? Because I think it might be the best, like, original slipcover that Warner Brothers has ever done. I think it's great. But I remember when that was announced, I was like, oh, that's so cool. And yes, I still got my See Dr. Sleep in Theaters 11/8 sticker on there. I like keeping that stuff on there. Coming in number 3, we're gonna take it to Arrow Video, and we got to talk about Carrie on 4K from Arrow Video. Carrie just amazed me on 4K from Screen Factory, but from Arrow Video, like they upped it even more. And this is a perfect 4K. And I love this movie so much. I love the way it looks. The whole prom sequence in 4K is my God, does it look good. But I just love the way that 70s movies look in 4K. They're like really like gritty and grimy and disgusting looking, but they also just look so freaking good. They have such great clarity while at the same time having such a nice, like thick grain structure as well. Most of them, I feel like, I don't know, it just feels like really natural and real. And I don't know. I love the way that 70s movies look on 4K. So Carrie looks great to me. And the whole prom sequence just put the cherry on top. So Carrie is one of my favorite 4Ks now. And it's a deserving number 3. We got 2 more, guys. I went through this pretty quick. Okay, pretty quick. 2 more. Coming in number 2, you know, I had to talk about The Thing from John Carpenter. John Carpenter's got a lot of good 4Ks. Halloween looks great on 4K from Screen Factory. I didn't bring up any Halloweens in this list because I just did a Halloween ranking video on Sunday. If you want to check that out, check it out. But The Thing, They Live looks great on 4K. Christine looks great on 4K. But The Thing is, every time I watch this on 4K, I'm like, oh my God. Like the practical effects, the special effects, the setting, just the way that this looks, the way it was shot, the way it was filmed, like everything about this just screams like one of the best 4Ks that there has ever been. Like Universal, like they're going to be a good, like best and worst, like when I do the video for Universal, because they got some of the worst 4Ks and they got some of the best. And The Thing is definitely one of the best. Like it's Universal, like when they want to, like they really pay respect to their classic films that they got. Like Jaws is just one of the best transfers. Back to the Future looks great on 4K, but The Thing is not just one of the best horror 4Ks, it's one of the best 4Ks. So this is a very deserving number 2 spot for The Thing. Everything looks so like slimy and disgusting, and I love it. There could be no other 4K for this number 1 spot. This one just takes the cake. Like it is the best horror 4K without a doubt. Dario Argento's Suspiria from Synapse Films is fantastic. I mean, this movie, all the colors, all the blood, the gore, the way this was shot, the beautiful haunting imagery in 4K. Oh my God. Like this will take your breath away. Just one of the best 4Ks. I've heard many people say that this is maybe the best 4K like overall. And it's pretty like undisputed. Like I don't think a lot of people would argue that Suspiria is not one of the best 4Ks, at least like top 5. Like it's an incredible 4K. And it's because this movie was literally like made for the format with the HDR. And this also has Dolby Vision as well. I believe it does. It's got Dolby Atmos. It's got to have Dolby Vision. Let me look this up real quick. Maybe it doesn't. We got 198 people in here, guys. I'm giving away signs in the 6th Sense. If we can reach 150 likes, so let's make it happen. But regardless, like Suspiria is such a beautiful looking movie anyway. But the 4K is just like top tier. No, it just got HDR. It still looks great though. It doesn't need Dolby Vision. It's fine. It's the best 4K. One of the best 4Ks. Just looks fantastic. Older 70s movie, like I said. Oh my goodness, looks great. But that's my top 10, guys. What do you all think? Do you want to argue? Do you want to petition for another horror movie on 4K that should have made that list? Let me know in the comment section. What's up, Mama Blu-ray? Let's see. Yeah, I mean, I said I would hope. I hope that that's what would happen. You know, back when they announced the first one on 4K, you know, I was like, well, maybe they're only doing the first one. They'll license the rest. You know, I think a dream scenario could be, even if it's a UK edition, you know, all the Nightmare films on 4K from Arrow Video in the UK, and then Warner Brothers does it in the US. You know, we could do that. Maybe they don't want to give it up here, but they'll give it up in the UK. You know, have multiple editions. Let's see. Jennifer Love Hewitt, no argument from me. I'll take 2. Hell yeah. Garfield 1 and 2. We need the Heartbreakers. What's your favorite werewolf transformation? American Werewolf in London, without a doubt. That's so freaking gnarly. Yes, I have. I'll be reviewing Signs in the Sixth Sense very soon. Vinegar Syndrome is very overrated. Why would you say that, Marius? Just because something's not for you doesn't mean it's overrated. Just means it's not for you. The Shining is the GOAT. Yeah, I need to, for sure. Excited for Seinfeld 4K. You're crazy, T-Shot. Well, I got to call you crazy all day for that. I plan on watching Nightmare on Elm Street 4K after the stream. Nice. You'll enjoy it. It's a good 4K. Thank you, Mama Blu-ray. Yeah, I don't know how good it would have done. It probably would have done better in October. I think probably would have done better in October. Yeah, I do. It's always funny to think about Blade Runner and The Thing came out on the same day, 1982, and they both bombed to ET in its like 3rd or 4th week or something. Nothing was beating ET at that point in time. But they both found their audiences and became legendary classics, you know. But yeah, it's kind of funny. Thank you, Greg. Dick Shark's up there. If I was going to do a top 10 horror Blu-rays of all time, Dick Shark would be probably number 5, at least. It was a good one. Had the most peaceful themes. The Exorcist did not impress me. It didn't impress. It was kind of like Nightmare on Elm Street. But I would say Nightmare on Elm Street impressed me more than The Exorcist. But I just felt like it could have been done better. So, personally, Aliens, Jaws, like I could consider Alien a horror movie. Like I'm not going to argue with anybody that considers Alien a horror movie. I'm not going to argue with anybody that considers Jaws a horror movie because there's definitely horror elements there. But in my mind, like when I'm thinking about horror movies, Alien never pops in there. But it is a great 4K. Like if I would have included that here, and I probably should have, like it would have been in the top 10 because it is a great 4K. Aliens wouldn't have been because that was my least favorite James Cameron 4K. It was good, but it was my least favorite. But my mind just can't like process those as horror movies. Like Jaws to me is an adventure film first with horror elements. Alien and Aliens are sci-fi films first with horror elements. Even though like when you think about it, like Alien is a straight up horror film. Like it's a slasher film. Like that's what it is. But my mind can't like make it be a horror film. Like when I'm thinking of like if I were to do like a top 30 horror films, I don't know if I would put Alien in there because I just can't get my mind to the place where Alien's a horror film. Like the same as all the other horror films. But if I were to do a top 30 movies of all time, Alien would be in there. So I don't know. It's weird like with some of those some movies like that. I just have trouble with that kind of stuff sometimes. Yeah, I didn't like those Goosebumps movies. I really didn't. But yeah, sure. How was that movie, Mr. Crockett? I feel like I heard people talking about it, but I couldn't gauge like if people were enjoying it or not. I guess I might need to check that out. Oh, nice, man. I appreciate you subscribing. I appreciate that. Off the Crow review. Fantastic 4K. Fantastic 4K. That's one of the best of the year. You know, E.T. is it's very close to my heart. I love the movie and you know, I don't know. I'm going to do my like top 50 movies of all time at some point, but like a few years ago if you had asked me it would have been like top 5. But they're two very different movies. They're both 5-star movies. But I don't know. The more times I watch The Thing, I'm like, is this my favorite horror movie of all time? Cuz like it's so damn good. So damn good. Yeah, isn't it? Isn't that strange? That's wild, isn't it? But you know what's fun? Did Universal own The Thing when it came out? Because The Thing from Another World is Warner Brothers, right? Was there something with The Thing and their licensing and the rights? Yeah, so when The Thing came out, it was released by the Terman Foster Company. So I think it was a more independent film. I don't know. I'd have to do some research on that. That Universal picked up later on. So I don't know if that was a Universal film when it came out or if they just got the rights later on. Beetlejuice does look great on 4K. You're right. You are right. I could have maybe included that here. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Anne Elizabeth 4K. You're right. You're right. Man, that American Pie release, like, I'm gonna have trouble keeping that out of my top 10 of the year because I loved it. I loved it so much. I thought it was a great looking 4K too. I really did. That was a great looking 4K. That 88 Films did such a great job with that. The packaging was top tier. The 4K was really great. New features, like I loved that. I loved it so much. Yeah, I like I said, I didn't want to put 2-second sights on there. I was trying to spread the love a little bit, but because at some point you really are kind of splitting hairs, especially when you're getting in the top 10. It's like, you know, I could have like another top 10 horror movies of all time, and you couldn't argue with it because they're all great too. But oh yeah, oh yeah, that See, I almost put Night of the Demons in my pile because it's one of the best 4Ks too. Yeah, that's why I just have trouble with it. Yeah, I haven't seen many Hulu originals that were good. What was that one movie, Puka or something? I was done after that. I was watching some of those Blumhouse horror movies that they were releasing a few years ago. And I think Puka was one of them. And I'm like, these movies are awful. Ugh. I couldn't. Boogie Nights, last I heard. I'm hoping that's one Criterion gets. I think that'd be a good Criterion. But I think there was like a Warner Brothers tease or something on 4K. I think I talked about that on the Physical Media Report, but I can't remember where it came from. See, you could argue that, right? Because it's sci-fi, horror elements, but when I think of The Thing, I think of more horror than I do sci-fi. Even though it is aliens come down to Earth, so it's like I don't know. That's just how my mind works, I guess. I'm not saying one's right, one's wrong. Like The Blob, that's also sci-fi horror, But for some reason, with Alien, I feel like it's more sci-fi than it is horror. And with The Thing, I feel like it's more horror than it is sci-fi. But it's all subjective at the end of the day. Spider-Man No Way Home? Yeah, it looked good on 4K. Well, I appreciate you watching, Greg, especially when there's a lot of competition out there. The name is horrible. What the hell is Puka? Puka! Wasn't there like a Christmas Puka or something? There was like a Puka sequel, I think. Puka was so popular that they did two Pukas. Puka 1, Puka 2. Into the Dark. Is that what it was called? Yeah, they did Puka Lives. Puka. Look at this dumb idiot. Look at this. If you all want a great horror film to watch tonight, watch Puka on Hulu. I'm just kidding. Don't watch that. Puka. The Thing is horror, so is Predator. See, with Predator, I would call it an action. I would call Predator action with horror elements. So, oh no, I was happy with it. I thought it looked good, but that's not a top 10. No, that's not a top 10. Not a top 10 at all. What's up, Jeffrey? Puka sounds like a porn. It could be a porn. Sure. Trick or Treat 2007 4K looks great. I agree. It did look great. I reviewed that. The Thing is horror with sci-fi elements. Take out the few seconds of seeing the spaceship, and it is a creature feature survival horror. Yeah, I agree. And that might be it. That might be because you don't see the spaceship, but like a little bit in the beginning. And it's like you don't even really see it. You more or less just kind of see the top of it. Or no, you see it come to Earth. Yeah, you see it come to Earth, but like when it's actually like on Earth, you don't you don't see it. And the rest of it is just kind of like a survival horror. So yeah, that makes sense. Whereas Alien, it's all in space. It's all in spaceships, and they're in space, and they're traveling through space, and they're waking up in cryogenic sleep, and I don't know, it just feels more like sci-fi. But I will say, I'll watch Event Horizon, and they're on a spaceship traveling through space, and that to me is a horror movie. So it does get really weird, because that's like the spaceship's haunted, so it's like a haunted house in space or something. So yeah, I guess it more or less goes into like what the movie's like actually about, but it gets weird sometimes. It gets weird. Yeah. Is Twister and Twister's horror? Definitely horror elements, especially in Twister. Like the beginning, like I was scared to death at the beginning of Twister. And then at the moment in Twister where it sounds like the freaking tornado's growling like it's an actual monster. Like, yeah. Yeah, and speaking of the Terminator, like you could 100% say that the first Terminator movie is a slasher film. And there's times when I watch it and I can actually think of it as a horror film. Arnold is scary in that movie, like he really is. And I think he could beat the piss out of Michael and Jason from Terminator. But again, guy traveling through time shows up in a blue bubble. It feels sci-fi to me, sci-fi action with horror elements. But even though, like, I'm not going to argue with you. If you say that Alien's a horror movie, I'm not going to argue that. I just can't think of it as being horror in my mind. Yeah, I agree. I think it's the big buff dudes that just makes you feel like it's an action film. Plus, it's directed by frickin' John McTiernan, who's one of the greatest action film directors of all time with The Predator and Die Hard. And what else did he do? He did another big one. I know he did Die Hard with a Vengeance, right? But wasn't there another big one that he did? But yeah, The Predator, like all the big buff dudes and the freaking handshake at the beginning, Dylan, you son of a bitch, and the muscles, like that's not horrific, you know? That's cool. Oh, Starman is for sure a top 4K of the year. That looks so good on 4K. So good. So good. All right, guys, look, there's a big difference between being scary and horror. Yeah, I mean, not all horror films are scary, right? Not all horror films are scary. Not all scary movies are horror. So those two aren't mutually exclusive always. But all right, guys, we did it. 2-hour mark. I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna cut it right here. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me tonight. We got 187 people in the chat, and we didn't quite hit 150, but you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna give away some digital codes anyway because I love y'all. Even though you all have some kind of inability, some kind of disability where you can't hit the like button. Apparently, I don't know what's going on with that. But I'm going to give you the digital codes anyway. I'm going to trust that by the time we get off the stream, I'm going to be at 150. So hit the like button if you haven't already. If you're ready for it, are you ready for signs? Signs, digital code, baby. Hope you got it. You gotta go fast. You gotta go fast. You gotta go fast. You gotta go fast. All right, we're going with 6 cents. Frog splash that like button, please. Frog slash that like button. Freaky fast. Freaky fast. All right, guys, that's we're gonna do one more digital code giveaway. Nobody's gonna be quick on the draw for this one, but I got another digital code for Borderlands. Whoopah! Borderlands. There y'all go. All right, that's it, guys. Isn't this steelbook so cool? Like, I don't know, guys. I haven't watched the movie yet. Maybe it sucks, but I love this steelbook. I really love it. It makes me happy. Isn't that all that matters? You know, maybe the movie sucks, but it makes me happy to have a claptrap steelbook. That's what physical media is all about. If it makes you happy, then just don't freaking worry about it. You know. Thank y'all for watching. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Leave me a comment, any comments, whatever you want to comment, and I'll see you next time.